What is up, you guys? Welcome to the Racy Podcast. This is your host, Cristopher Zamora. Welcome to the show. So today, guys, I would like to speak to you about a few movie directors. There's always a special time and place that we always get new upcoming directors for movies. It could be any genre. It could be a drama movie, action, or in this case, horror movies. We have gotten Steven Spielberg when he started Jaws. He was like brand new. Like, he really wasn't well known at the time. But I feel like that was the main movie that actually blew him to stardom. Yeah, Steven Spielberg. Then we got, like around maybe in the mid 2010s, we got Robert Eggers. Robert Eggers, he's the guy who created The Witch. And that movie, it just came out of nowhere. And it turned out to be a great movie. Now, his movies, I gotta say, they're quite a hit or miss, to be honest. My favorite one from his, though, has got to be, I forgot the name of it, but it's like I think it's like a Viking type of movie. Yeah, it's called The Northman. Now, that one, oh man, that one was my favorite one, to be honest. The Lighthouse, not so much. The Witch was fine. Nosferatu, I guess it was okay. But my favorite one was The Northman. And now he's going to make Werewolf. They're supposedly going to come out at the end of the year, supposedly. And now there's these two young people. Yeah, they're very young. Kane Parsons, at 20 years old, he found a photo of the Backrooms. He found a photo, just like an image, and then he started making a series out of that image on YouTube. And they got a lot of traction. Like, it got a lot of traction from viewers worldwide. And they came knocking to his door, and they asked him if he wanted to make a film. And yeah, he got the opportunity to actually make one called The Backrooms. And there's this other guy named Curry Barker, 26 years old, barely. He made this new movie called Obsession. It cost less than $1 million to actually create this film. And I heard somewhere that maybe it took maybe like a month or two to actually even create it. And this movie just blew to stardom just like that. Obsession. Have you guys seen that movie? At the time of recording this podcast, I still haven't seen both of these films. But I have heard great reviews for the movie Obsession. And this turned out to be the very first film that has reached a milestone of over $100 million. A movie that has been created with less than $1 million. That's a first. That's awesome for a Curry Barker. That's pretty dope, man. And now for Kane Parsons. Backrooms is just barely coming out this upcoming weekend. For you guys, it's just going to be like a couple of days once you hear this podcast. But I'm definitely going to go see Backrooms. I'm going to give you my review for the next podcast, hopefully. For Obsession, I don't know yet. And I'm probably just going to save money and maybe just watch it at home. Or maybe I'll watch it in the movie theaters. But the one I was really waiting for to see, and I had a little bit of speculation that might be a bad film, was Backrooms. That's the one I was looking forward to the most. Obsession, that one, it just came out of nowhere, to be honest. Like, my brother, he was the one who told me that this film is scary as hell, and yeah, I actually want to see this film now. I want to see how scary it is. Like, the last film that really did scare me, like really bad, I guess it was Smile 1. Smile 2, looking back at it, it was scary. But I feel like the very first one, it just took me by surprise. But yeah, Obsession turned out to be a great film. And yeah, man, these guys, they have a very strong chance of actually creating even more films. It doesn't have to be just only horror films, but that'll be so awesome. These guys, both of these guys are YouTubers. That's pretty cool. Other guys who have made um, YouTube videos beforehand and now they make films is the guys who created the film called Talk to Me. You guys ever seen that film? They used to be called the Rocka Twins. I never really seen the videos, but I have heard of them beforehand. And yeah, their films, they're two films that they did made. Yeah, man, they were pretty good. I did enjoy actually watching them. Talk to Me was one of my favorite ones from the year that it came out. And Backrooms, I'm hoping that this film is actually good. They're actually saying that this is the scariest film ever since the movie Weapons came out. And to be honest, for me, I was a bit iffy for Weapons. When I saw it, I had mixed feelings. Now for the movie Backrooms, I don't really know much about it. I just know that the Backrooms is basically like a huge maze, and you're trying to escape this maze, or you can somehow just get lost, and there's a lot of creatures in this maze. So yeah, I can't wait, man. I can't wait to actually go see it. I'm going to go see it in a couple of hours, and yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a great film. Just by the trailers alone, man, it does look pretty cool. So look, it says right here by the Twitter account named Discussing Film. It says right here, Backrooms earned 38.4 million in its domestic opening day, the fourth biggest opening day of all time for a horror film, the second biggest opening day of 2026 for any film. It has already become the biggest opening of all time for an A24 film. A24, man. A24 just keeps on making bangers after banger after banger. Like, their main genre that they really focus on is, I guess, the horror genre. That's what brings attention to their company and their films. And that's a good thing. That's an awesome thing because they're finding their niche and people are loving their movies. The second biggest opening day of 2026 for any film. Now that's awesome. That's dope, man. Who would not want that? That's awesome. And the fourth biggest opening day of all time for a horror film. Out of all horror films that have been created, your film being in the fourth one, now that's pretty good, man. There's thousands of horror films out there, and that being the fourth opening highest for a horror film, dude, that's pretty dope, man. If you tell me then that is really awesome for Kane Parsons. And Curry Barker for his movie Obsession. The movie just came out of nowhere and it turned out to be one of the better horror films. Like I said, I still haven't seen the films, but I am planning to see them. They do look pretty good. I mean, for Obsession, I haven't really seen no scenes at all for this film. Like, the only picture I've seen is of that girl, just basically with blood, and she looked like she's about to scream or something. I don't know. It just looks weird. And the guy, he just walking around on the maze for the Backrooms. And I saw the trailer as well for the Backrooms. It does look interesting. Like, the cinematography, no lie, it does kind of remind me of Long Legs in some way, shape, or form. And it did kind of remind me of Weapons. I could be wrong, but maybe the creator of Weapons helped create this movie. I could be wrong about that, but Kane Parsons, he is the director for this film at 20 years old, man. That's awesome. And Curry Barker, he was 26 years old when he created the movie Obsession. Yeah, man. These guys have a bright future ahead of them if they actually stay on task and make good films. Yeah, that's pretty dope, man. That's pretty dope for them. Now, another thing I want to speak to you about is about the Terrifier creator, Damien Leone. It says right here, Terrifier creator Damien Leone is set to write and direct a new original horror film called Tortures of the Damned for Lionsgate. Sam Raimi is set to produce Tortures of the Damned. This kind of reminds me of, maybe this could be an it could be like different kinds of movies, you know? Like, for example, this is just an example of like Goosebumps. Like, you guys have heard of Goosebumps before, right? Hopefully you have. But like every single episode is always something different. And maybe they could do something like that for Tortures of the Damned. It kind of does sound like maybe it could be different type of films, and maybe he's gonna make it to all the characters, they all come into one film. Or it could be wrong, but yeah, that's awesome. He's coming out with something new for Lionsgate. Now that's a big company. That's a huge movie company, you know. That's awesome for Damien Leone. To be honest, Terrifier, when I saw the second film, man, ooh, that scene, that room scene, if you guys know, you know, that scene was just so crazy, dude. One of the most, I guess, craziest kills I've ever seen, to be honest. It was like, what in the world am I watching? It's not like I wanted to put the movie down and not watch it anymore. I was like, what is this, dude? I was like, what? Damn, this is true horror. Yeah, that is horror, man. Him coming out with Tortures of the Damned. It sounds like it could be maybe a TV series name, but I'm guessing it is going to be a film, you know. And Sam Raimi, he was the guy who directed, I think, the first 3 Spider-Man films, the one with Tobey Maguire, and he also directed the Doctor Strange film, the one that just came out, I think, around like maybe 2021 or 2022. To be honest, I kind of forgot what year that one came out because it was a bit disappointing, you know. But Damien Leone, I trust in him, man. His films, well, basically the Terrifier films, yeah, they're pretty good. They're pretty good films, and him coming out with something else that's horror, now that's awesome. That's awesome for the genre. I can't wait to see how that turns out to be. I don't even know if it's gonna be its own series or a movie. We will know once that time comes. And yeah, guys, that is it for this podcast. Hey, thank you so much for listening. If you guys did enjoy this podcast, make sure to follow it. And also recommend this podcast to a friend or a neighbor that actually likes listening to stuff about horror stuff. Maybe they will enjoy this podcast as much as you do. And yeah, guys, that is it. Take care and live to the fullest. Bye.